would like to inform the House that one nomination has been received by the Commissioner and Secretary. The name of Sri Timothy D. Shira, MLA, has been proposed by Sri Marquis N. Marak, Sri Sengcham N. Sangma, and Sri Lakmin Mui, and seconded by Sri Rakham A. Sangma, Sri Ian Botham K. Sangma, and Sri Matthew Beyonstar Kurba. After scrutiny, the nomination paper of Sri Timothy D. Shira is found to be valid and as required under Rule 7.2 of the Rules and Procedure and Conduct of Business. Since only one nomination paper has been received and found to be valid, I hereby declare Sri Timothy D. Shira as having been elected as Deputy Speaker of the 11th Meghalaya Legislative Assembly. May I request the Chief Minister and Dr. Mukul Sangma to shake hands with the newly elected Deputy Speaker. Now let us take up item number 13. Felicitation to the newly elected Deputy Speaker. May I request leaders from both sides of the House, if they would like to participate in the felicitation of the newly elected Deputy Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, sir, it gives me great honor and happiness, in fact, to be standing here today to felicitate the newly elected Deputy Speaker who has been elected unopposed, Sri Timothy D. Shira. And we all are very familiar with Mr. Timothy D. Shira. In fact, in the last House, we all remember that he was the Deputy Speaker even in the last Assembly. And we are all aware that he has a lot of experience in terms of running of this House. And I'm sure that along with yourself and him as Deputy Speaker, that this House will be conducted in the best possible manner, in the most just possible manner, and will ensure that it functions in a very, very efficient way so that productive work can be done, and both the ruling as well as the opposition will get space in this particular House so that important issues concerning the public is brought out during the tenure of this House. Mr. Timothy D. Shira, of course, is a very, very senior person. In fact, a lot of people may not know, but he started contesting elections way back in 1976, if I'm not wrong. And from 1976, he has been contesting elections. Just to give a context of what that means, that is before I was born. So 1978 was when I was born, so he started contesting elections even before that. And hence, it just reflects the kind of commitment he has to the people, to serving the people, and a person who has done it in the past, irrespective of the fact that whether he was elected or whether he was not elected to the House, he continued his commitment towards the people of his constituency and the people of his state, and in the last of the state, and in the last many years as MLA and as Deputy Speaker, and in fact as once he was a Deputy Chief Minister also of the state. He has served in various capacities to serve this House and serve the people of the state at large. So I once again would like to congratulate him on occupying the seat of the Deputy Speaker once again, and I am sure that along with you, both of you will work together as a very, very strong team. I have seen that in the past also in different matters, even matters outside this house. You have both worked very closely, even as party leaders, where different assignments and different challenges were given, and both of you have always worked very closely to ensure that you were able to complete the task that was given to you even during that time. So I'm sure that that same team spirit will continue in the future. And the way, as I said, that in the last assembly also, that the Honorable Deputy Speaker had given a lot of support to the then Speaker, Shri Metpa Lingdoji. I'm sure that that experience that he had in the last 5 years will go a long way in ensuring that the overall functioning of this House goes ahead in the best possible manner. So once again, I take this opportunity through you, Honorable Speaker, sir, to congratulate Mr. Timothy D. Shira on his being elected unanimously, being elected to this seat and to occupy the office of the high post of the Deputy Speaker of this House. And the fact that he has been elected unopposed, just like you have been elected unopposed, also reflects the kind of acceptance that there is among all the members of this House towards Mr. Timothy D. Shira. So once again, I congratulate him and I wish him the very best in all the responsibilities that he will work towards in the future. With these few words, I resume my seat. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Mukul, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir. It's my privilege to join the Leader of the House in congratulating the newly elected Deputy Speaker, Mr. Timothy D. Shira. And it gives me pleasure in sharing my thoughts on him, having had the privilege to be member of this August House for a long, long time, and having known him so closely as member of this August House. And even before I entered politics as a student, Mr. Timothy D. Shira, one of the most respected and revered person in Reshu Belpara area. When I was a student, I remember the overall engagement and the resultant narrative thereof pertaining to two leaders. One was our former Chief Minister, Mr. S. Simarak, and the other one, Mr. Timothy D. Shira. And how people's aspirations and hopes used to revolve around these two persons, in as far as the North Garo Hills is concerned. Of course, that time it was not North Garo Hills, but we always refer to that particular area as Salgro Jol, Salgro, the northern part of Garo Hills, which is considered as the gateway of knowledge and enlightenment for Garo Hills. Because both the center of learning and Christianity entered Garo Hills through that part of Garo Hills. And so they used to be in the forefront in as far as Garo Hills is concerned. Even today, the people of this region of Garo Hills cherish these memories and probably look at restoration of this past glory. And I would like to share something which I heard when I frequented that part of Garo Hills as a student. So when the people of that area spoke about these leaders, the way people respected have the kind of reverence towards these leaders. So I heard people, not just one person, telling me that you don't speak ill of Mr. Timothy D. Shira here. I heard it as a student. I heard it as I entered politics, and I continue to remember it. And therefore, you have never heard me speaking ill of Mr. Timothy D. Shira, in spite of the temptations and pulls and pushes of the politics. So here we have him, one of the most revered person, respected person, as our honored Deputy Speaker, once again elected unanimously. And I'll be privileged to have him sitting this side of the House. And therefore, it also gives us reasons to acknowledge the fact that the Deputy Speaker who sits on the left side of the Speaker's chair is considered as the bridge between the opposition and the ruling. We are very happy to have him as our Deputy Speaker. Once again, my heartiest congratulations on being elected to this august office of Honorable Deputy Speaker. It's a repetition of last term. I'm happy that you choose to occupy this august office again. And because even while as a Deputy Speaker last time, it was an enriching experience for me when I took some time out to have an audience with our newly elected Deputy Speaker and the then Deputy Speaker. His hospitality, his promptness to share his thoughts, his wisdom, it has always been an enriching experience. We look forward for similar kind of experiences in the days ahead, in the months ahead, and I sincerely pray that our gracious Almighty God will shower upon you and your family all His choicest blessings, that you remain healthy and happy and remain available for all of us, and optimally deliver that you want to for your beloved people by optimally utilizing the office that you occupy. May you fulfill your purpose for the glory of God and His kingdom. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
But Charles Pungro, please.
Honorable Speaker, I also rise to join hands with the Leader of the House and a member of the opposition in congratulating our newly elected Deputy Speaker, Mr. Timothy D. Shira, on being unanimously elected as the Deputy Speaker of this House. So we've had the privilege of working together in this House, and also as the Chairman of the House Committee, he had offered me a position as one of the members of his committee, where we had deliberated in length about how we should improve workings of the House Committee in the Assembly. But here, so I'd like to add that the office of the Deputy Speaker has grown in importance and has come to acquire a prominent position after the enforcement of the Constitution in 1950. Today, sir, the Deputy Speaker has the same powers as the Speaker when presiding over a sitting of the House. That we must remember as members of this august House. And all references to the Speaker, the rules are deemed to be references to the Deputy Speaker when he so presides. And one important aspect, sir, as his powers are no more less than the Speaker himself. Unlike the Honorable Speaker, the Deputy Speaker can speak in the House. That is a privilege which only the Deputy Speaker has. You can speak in the House and take part in the deliberations and vote as a member on any question before the House. It may seem strange, sir, but that is a fact. And that power has been vested on the Deputy Speaker as per the rules of the Constitution and as practiced the procedure of Parliament. Therefore, sir, unlike the past 5 years where you have just presided, perhaps we may want also to see you participating in the deliberations for the enlightenment and the enrichment of the proceedings that will take place in this August House, sir. Therefore, I once again, sir, congratulate you on being elected to the Deputy Speaker, and may God shower His blessings upon you and give you the wisdom to carry on your responsibilities wherein you have to uphold the dignity and decorum of this August House. Thank you, sir.
Ahmed Balindo, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I also take this privilege to join hands with the Leader of the House and other honorable members of this august House in congratulating Timothy D. Shira for being elected unopposed as a Deputy Speaker of this august House. So I would like to share a few things. In the last term, we have been working together in the Assembly, and understanding that, as mentioned by the Honorable Chief Minister, for being elected to this august House from 1976 as a member of this august House, we understand that Timothy has got a lot of vast experience how to conduct ourselves and how to run this august House in different sessions from time to time. Sir, much have been said by other honorable members. I am to mention here, sir, that at this very age that Timothy has till now, I am to, and I have observed that he deserves to be re-elected again as a member of this august House in this last election. Because whenever I had a chat with him, he always recalled all those memories of the past by year, by date, and by month, and by name of the other honorable members of this House. He has such a very sound memory, where I don't know whether at this age of Timothy, whether we will be able to remember everything. There's a say that when you started growing old, and you tend to forget everything. But it's completely reversed in the case of Timothy this year. So I feel that today you deserve once again to be elected unopposed as the Deputy Speaker of this august House. It was really fun and an experience for me working with him in this last term together, and he'll always look up to me whenever there's a long day of the session, knowingly that we will be tired. So I'm sure that during this time also, as your Deputy Speaker, he will definitely assist and extend that support to you during this coming sessions and in the sessions yet to come in the years to come. I wish Timothy Shira all the very best, and may God grant you more things with good health. And I wish him all the best in occupying this very important post in the assembly. And we will be witnessing more contribution and inputs to the House in the days to come. So I wish Timothy Shira all the very best. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I resume my seat.
Yeah, Baroni Lindo, please.
Sir, I also rise to join the leader of the House, other senior leaders of this House, to congratulate Mr. Timothy Shira on his being elected unopposed to the post of Deputy Speaker, which is a very, very important post as stated by the other members. Sir, I think he has one distinction. No one, if I can recollect, if I'm right, who has been elected consecutively twice to the post of Deputy Speaker. I think Mr. Timothy Shira holds that distinction of being elected consecutively twice as Deputy Speaker. So I don't remember having, anyone been elected twice as Deputy Speaker. So he's a very senior member, sir. I've had the privilege to go around the country as members of the House committees. I remember when we visited different states, I visited nuclear plants along with him, and with him around, sir, you feel good because a very senior member, and we contributed a lot in ensuring that those House committees function for the benefit of the House and benefit of the state. So I also rise to congratulate, and I think, sir, as stated by the leader of the House, since 1976 to be fighting elections, I think it only shows his tenacity, sir. So he's a very tenacious man, and to be fighting elections since 1976 for almost 50 years, sir, I think it speaks a lot about, his love for the people, his love for the state, and his love for serving the people of his constituency and serving the people of the state. I believe, sir, with his election as Deputy Speaker is going to help you also and ensure that the House is conducted with proper decorum and adhere to the rules and procedures of the conduct. So I wish you, sir, all God's blessing, wisdom, and good health and prosperity of yourself and your family, sir. With this few words, sir, I congratulate Mr. Timothy Shira on being elected as Deputy Speaker. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Paul Lindo, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for affording me the time and the opportunity in joining the leader of the House and celebrating the elevation of Timothy Shira to the post of Deputy Speaker of this august House. Sir, it is too idealistic to say that one can find a perfect partner. But today, I can assure you that you have found a perfect partner in Mr. Timothy Shira. And I'm sure that somewhere at the back of the mind of the leader of this House, there was this thought that he needed to be guided by saints, which is why you were the first to walk in, and now you have the company of another saint, Timothy. And I'm sure subconsciously the CM wanted the cream, the very saintly to assist him, and which is why as I read the governor's address, there was a reference to Shillong as the rock capital, the music capital of India. And at the back of my mind, while listening to the various speakers, I could hear this tune, When the Saints Go Marching In. A lot can be said about Mr. Timothy D. Shira. We were colleagues in 2008-2009 when he had served as Deputy Chief Minister. But again, a lot need not be said, sir, because in fact if you go to the Holy Book, there's an entire epistle, an entire letter written by Paul to Timothy. So there's not much that I need to say now. The only thing that probably, even at the risk of annoying him, the only thing that I can remember is that Paul is considered the mentor of Timothy. But I think that's a different reference altogether. But sir, yes, we are indeed very happy about this elevation. I'm sure that Mr. Timothy D. Shira will add substance and vigor to the proceedings of this August House. Ahmed Ba has just referred to his mental faculty, but I remembered us traveling together in 2008, and he was physically helping us carry our bags and baggage, meaning even physically he is not less than what he is mentally. So sir, we all are proud of this achievement. I'm certain that as Charles, another saintly name, we talk of Charles, we hear a lot of names, Matthew, Santa Mary, so many of them are in this house. But as Charles had pointed out, the Deputy Speaker has the rare privilege of also taking part in the proceedings of this August House. It's the only instance where somebody can be both referee and player at the same time. That's a rare privilege. I'm sure he'll make the best use and optimize those privileges. I wish him very well, both professionally and in his personal life. Thank you so much, sir.
If there's nobody speaking, I would like to take part in congratulating Sri Timothy D. Shira. I would also like to take part in congratulating Sri Timothy D. Shira on his being elected as the Deputy Speaker of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly. We have known each other for a long time, and I have the greatest respect for him as a very matured, experienced, and a seasoned political figure full of wisdom. This is his second stint as a Deputy Speaker of this August House, and we shall be working together in upholding the principles of democratic tradition. I will also look forward to his advice and suggestions from time to time. I wish him good health and best wishes in the years to come. So, Timothy D. Shira, you would like.
Speaker, sir, at the outset, I would like to welcome all the members of the 11th House. I am deeply thankful to both sides of the House who have elected me unanimously, irrespective of party affiliation. In the words of Patel by J. Patel, election to the chair is the greatest honor which is within the power of Legislative Assembly to confer. I am also equally overwhelmed by the warm praises showered on me by the honorable members on my election to this dignified chair that I will be occupying. And I have no hesitation to say that today I am indeed very proud that I could gain the confidence and trust of the members of this august house. And I humbly submit to the wisdom of all the other members of this august house who have reposed their faith and trust on me and found me fit to occupy the post for the second time. It will be my endeavor to see that the privileges and interests of the august house and the legislature is protected and uphold the traditions of the parliamentary democracy. It will also be my endeavor to gain the confidence of all the members of this august house and look into their interests irrespective of party affiliation. At the same time, I also look forward to constructive advice and suggestion from both sides of the house. We all know the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly has also the reputation of being one of the most disciplined house in the country. I am sure we will continue maintaining this tradition coupled with good standard of debate. I also look forward to work with you, Honorable Speaker, and extend my hand at any time in need. I believe with your maturity, calm, and vast experience in public life, it is indeed an honor and a privilege for me that I will be working and sharing the dais with you. In the last but not the least, I thank Almighty God for blessing this house with three outstanding biblical figures: Thomas as a speaker, and Timothy as a deputy speaker, and Paul as minister.